I said you weren't a Christian. I can prove that.
No, you can't.
Yes.
How do you prove that?
By what you said about the Bible. That means you were never a Christian to begin with.
For though we walk in the flesh, we are not waging war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ.
Hello. Is it okay if I ask questions about the Kaaba?
Brother Michael, we don't feel like you're interested in learning.
That's question. I can't ask questions. It's okay if you don't want me to ask question. I don't have to. I'm just here for a question. It's for a dialogue to understand, the Kaaba, why you guys go around the stone.
Me personally, whenever I've spoken with you, you don't seem like someone that's wanting to learn.
Okay, if you ask me a question about Christianity,
I've asked you about
do you want to learn?
You don't want to
do you want to learn that? When you ask it, do you want to learn so you can convert to Christianity?
I left Christianity to come to Islam because of what I studied in the Bible.
But
from scholarly sources.
You weren't there to begin with, though. You can't leave what you're not.
So personally, if you're gonna say that you don't, because you don't know who I'm from, where I'm from, what church I went to, my family background, if you're going to say these presumptuous things, it doesn't mean that I want to have a conversation with you now.
Okay, well, it says those who are born of the Spirit, they can't go from the Spirit to the flesh.
That's your opinion.
That's why I know that you never were there to begin with.
That's your opinion, but it doesn't change the fact that when I speak with you, you do not want to learn.
I want to learn if you can educate me about it, but if what you're telling me are not true, I can't say that's not true.
But when we speak to you, you tell different people at this booth different information about who you are, what you believe in.
About who I am,
what you believe
I'm
in.
a Christian.
There's
no other person, no other.
We ask you similar questions. You give him one answer, you give me one answer, you give Brother another answer.
No, I've always given the same answer.
I'm sorry that you don't remember correctly.
I do remember.
We only hear you as a liar that comes here and tells
to lie about Islam.
Tells one person about who you are, what you believe in, about
Okay, who I am. Who do you think? Who did I tell you that I was? And what I believe in. I talked to you so you know who I am. Who did I tell you that I was?
When we ask you something about your belief in Christianity, you will tell me one thing.
Okay. Which one? What did I tell you about Christianity that he told you that was different? Just give me one example. Maybe I can clear the water, or maybe we can find out whether I was lying or whether I was telling the truth. Are you willing to do that?
Like I said, I'm really not interested in having a dialogue with you
Okay.
today.
So you can't tell me what I said that was different from what I told you. So then what you're saying
you
maybe...
You believe in the day of judgment, right? So on the day of judgment, you will be found out to be what you have made statements of, right? The angels have already written down what you said to me, and they've written down what you said to Brother Ari. So you will find out on that day.
The angel of Yahweh will do that. The angel of Allah... it's a different story. I'm speaking about myself.
I think you're confused because even your Christian Arabs, they call God Allah in their own Christian Arab Bible.
That's wrong interpretation of the name Yahweh.
Not because
it's not the same.
They were Christians longer than you. There's 10 million Coptic Christians in Egypt.
No, they weren't. They didn't use the word Allah.
They do. It's in their Bible.
They started using that word after they were conquered.
Why don't you look that up and find out for yourself?
Even today, they're realizing that Allah is not the truth. They just don't know. They're just confused about it. And they're finding out that they're not changing their Bible
now you're understanding why I say you don't want to learn.
Can you at least...
Well, now they're changing the Bible. They're now changing...
Our sisters here at this booth, they have come to us with concerns about you recording them without their consent.
No,
So
I'm on
would-
the street. I'm on the street.
So
People
everyone
walk
can
by.
turn at least like
Yeah,
face
at least
this
turn the
direction.
other way so that they're not being recorded.
That's fine.
Because our women have modesty,
Humble request.
unlike the Christians, right?
Don't make me laugh. Your women have modesty to give their breast
So
to.
when we go to your
to
church, when we go into your churches, there's no sisters in miniskirts.
So where's the modesty of giving your breast to a grown man to suckle? Where's the modesty in that?
I don't know what you do with your wife, Brother Michael.
No, I says in the hadith. It's in the
I don't know
hadith.
what you do with
Yeah,
your brother,
to
with your wife, but
that a Muslim woman should give their
I
breast
can't
to a
really-
Muslim
I can't really
man to
comment.
suckle 10 times,
Brother,
so to make the marriage haram for them.
Michael, I can't really comment on what you do with your wife.
I'm not commenting on what I'm commenting on the hadith. I have the hadith here that
Say
tells.
that's not even in Islam.
Yeah, but like I
Not
said,
even in Islam. Wow, you're kicking your prophet under the bus again.
No,
Michael, this is why we don't want to.
It says here hadith. Well, if I have something written in your hadith, say by your own prophet,
If I have
and then
something-
you telling me something different, of
If I
course
have-
you're lying.
If I have something written in your Bible and I bring it forward to you, you throw the Bible under the bus. You say you don't.
Well, then I'm lying. Then I'm lying. Not the Bible. I am lying.
you just
So
admitted to
the
yourself
same way, if
Why would I
I
talk to a
bring
liar?
something from your book that your prophet said and you deny it, that makes you a liar, not your prophet,
Why
right?
would I?
If your
talk to a
prophet
liar?
said that a Muslim woman should give their breast to a Muslim man to suckle 10 times, and then he reduced it to 5 times, and I tell you that, and I have the hadith to prove it, you tell me that that I'm lying. Then what you're saying
If
then
I
is that
tell
your
you-
prophet
if I
is
tell you
lying.
that Jesus didn't die for your sins, you're gonna tell me I'm lying. Jesus never wears.
Yeah, but I can find that in the Quran.
Jesus.
See?
didn't.
You see?
That's why I'm saying you're not willing to learn. There's no Muslim.
I can find that in the Quran. Your Muslim believe that the breastfeeding for adults was revealed. Where's the verse for the breastfeeding for adults that the
Brother,
goat ate?
I told you I don't want to have a conversation because you're not wanting to learn, right? And when we come down to the basic of what we believe, you believe Jesus
So
died
your
for your
prophet is a
sins.
liar then?
No, I'm saying when you come down to the basics of what you
Are you
believe,
calling Muhammad a liar?
I'm saying if you're listening, when you come down to the basics of what you believe as a Christian, you believe in idol worship.
I don't believe in idol worship.
You are.
According to the hadith, you guys are the one that believe in idol worship. Because you
That's why I say
go
you
around
don't
the
wanna learn.
stone,
That's
you
why I say you
worship
don't
the
wanna
stone, you worship the stone,
That's why I'm
and
saying
you
you
go
don't wanna
around
learn.
it 7 times and you kiss it.
That's why I'm saying
That's
you don't wanna learn.
idolatry. And those things were being practiced by Muslims, by non-Muslims before Muhammad came.
That's
Was
why I'm
that
saying-
true or not?
That's why I'm saying you don't want to learn, because blood
Oh, okay.
sacrifice is actually a pagan worship. And that's what you believe in.
Whoa, so Abraham was a pagan.
No, blood sacrifice, human blood sacrifice,
Yeah.
which is what you believe Jesus did.
No,
That's a
Abraham
pagan
did.
belief.
Abraham did the same
Human
thing.
sacrifice?
Abraham was going
He
to
never killed
sacrifice
his
his son.
He didn't kill his son.
Well, then you don't know.
And
You
that's
don't
in your
understand.
Bible, so I
You don't
guess you don't
understand the.
understand your
You don't
Bible.
understand your worship.
Brother Michael, again, before we get into any argument or debate,
I'm not. I'm just asking you
I
about
just proved to you that you believe in blood, human sacrifice.
Safa and
right?
Al Marwa. I wanted to ask you a question about
You
that.
can go ask an imam at the masjid.
Al Marwa. So you see, whenever I come to you with questions that are tough, you can't answer it. You
I
tell
don't
me
have
either
an
I go
issue-
talk
I
to
don't
imam
have
in a
an
mosque
issue-
or somewhere,
I don't have an issue talking to
or you
sincere
tell
people.
me that Muslim. You just told me that Muslim women. Look at that the creation cannot be more than the creator.
It's English, you should be able to read, brother.
Can the creation be greater than the creator? Never. Of course, that's what you believe. You're saying that actually that's what Christians believe. We don't believe that.
You believe Jesus, who's the creation, is the same.
It's better than it says is the creation greater than the
Image
creator.
of God, right there. You have an image of God.
That's not an image of God.
Who is that an image of?
Are you an image of God?
I'm asking.
Are you an image
See, I
of
just
God?
asked you a simple question.
Are you an image?
just asked you a
The
simple
Bible says man is the image of God. Man is made in the image of God.
And I told you the Bible is not reliable.
Man was.
Christians tell us. it's
Yeah,
not
and the one that
preserved.
your prophet put hand on and say, I believe in thee and he that sent thee. Is that the one, or is there another one?
Again, brother, you don't want to learn. I can't teach you if you don't.
No, you can't teach me anything I already know. That's
And
the
that's what I'm
problem. You
telling
don't
about
understand.
Christianity.
You can't
Do you
teach me.
understand- do you understand
you
whatever
don't
you
even
bel-
understand Islam.
No, but
Now you're
brother,
gonna teach me
brother,
about
you don't, I say the same thing.
Christianity.
You don't understand Islam. What are you going to teach me about Christianity? I could say the same thing.
I'm-
I have a studied Bible.
Yeah,
I studied
you
for
don't know
years.
anything about Christianity.
Why
If you
would I
know
want to
about,
take that
if you
information
know
from you
Christianity,
when you can't tell me what church
if you know about Christianity, you wouldn't say what you just said.
I have no issue
You have
saying
no clue about what we believe.
I have
You've
a clear
never been to church ever. You've never been a Christian
now
before.
you believe you know my history.
Yes, because if anyone that been to a church will not say something like that. That's what that's how I know.
Yeah, brother, we don't want any more attention. This is negative attention for us. If you could please come back to your side of the street.
It's
before
okay.
we have
I
to
ask
call the
you.
bylaw officer again.
I'm on a sidewalk.
Yeah, but you're
Again.
making it a nuisance for us, and you're
No,
attacking
I'm
our
asking you a
religion.
question.
You're
You
attacking
either
our
you
religion.
answer
You're
it or you
attacking
don't
me
want to
personally.
answer it.
You're attacking me personally.
Do you want to answer the question? You don't want to answer
You're defaming
me.
my character personally. You've told me that you know my history.
You
my
just
life
called me
history.
a liar. That
you
I
are.
told him different thing, and then I told him different, and I tell
did.
you just
did.
called me a
Yeah,
liar.
and again, you're
That's a
pointing the camera- you're
defamation.
pointing
That's
our
a
camera-
defamation
you're
of
pointing the camera at our
character.
sisters.
I
Now,
have
I will
my
ask
camera
you
for
again to leave.
troublemaker.
Otherwise, we'll have to call the bylaw officer, and he will escort you back to your side of the
Go
street.
ahead. Yeah, call him. That said, there's a guy on a sidewalk telling and
he's
trying to ask
making
questions.
Insults at us. Making insults
Insults?
At me.
What insult? I
What
asked
did
you a
you just say
question.
about my history?
I said you weren't a Christian. I can prove that.
No, you can't.
Yes.
How do you prove that?
By what you said
What's my dad's
about the
name?
Bible.
What's the church
That
name?
means you were never a Christian to begin with.
It doesn't make
It's
sense.
a simple
what you're saying.
fact.
It doesn't make sense what you make.
You know,
We don't
it's
wanna-
okay.
yeah, we
You don't want to answer a simple question, I'll move on.
Thank you.
You don't want to answer a question, I'll move on.